It's Monday, May 29th. I'm Jasmine Anderson. It's Memorial Day. Long Islanders joining the nation and pausing to remember those who made the ultimate sacrifice. And there's a special ceremony happening later today here in West Sayville. Today, a dedication and unveiling of the Operation Red Wings monument at the Lieutenant Michael P. Murphy Navy SEAL Museum. Michael Murphy from Patchogue, 2 of his Navy SEAL team members and 16 other service members were killed in the operation in 2005 in Afghanistan. Murphy was posthumously awarded the Medal of Honor for his actions.
It's a way of remembering all our fallen who have given their all to protect us and protect our freedoms.
The museum also played host to the Murph Challenge. Athletes from around the world took part in the workout in honor of fallen service members. Nassau County unveiled a new monument to veterans of the conflicts in Afghanistan and Iraq at Eisenhower Park. This was the scene yesterday. The monument includes 4 large engraved granite slabs surrounding a bronze battlefield cross.
We are remembering all of those who gave their lives for our country, and especially this year, we want to single out and highlight the service of those who served in Iraq and Afghanistan.
Blakeman says Nassau is home to more veterans than any other area in the nation. The Stars and Stripes are on display at events across the island today. This was a Memorial Day parade yesterday in Hempstead. There are many more today from Garden City Park to Southampton. Nassau and Suffolk counties will host island-wide moments of silence today to honor fallen veterans. Fire, police, and ambulances will sound their sirens simultaneously. Thousands of volunteers representing local scouts spent part of their weekend honoring fallen Long Island service members. Newsday was at Calverton National Cemetery Saturday. Thousands of Cub, Boy, and Girl Scouts joined other volunteers and placed flags at all the graves from the service members that were buried there.
I am here to place flags and honor the people who fought in wars.
As I get older, it definitely becomes more meaningful, and I think it's a great thing to do.
There's a Memorial Day ceremony this afternoon at the main assembly area at the cemetery. For more about the Flags In and more Memorial Day events, go to Newsday.com, click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. Only in Newsday, honoring a fallen World War II hero from Long Island, nearly 80 years after he was killed. Drew Scott reports.
It was just after 10 a.m. on the morning of November the 10th, 1943, in the tiny English village of Broome, when an American B-17 Flying Fortress bomber, like this one, crashed after a fire broke out in the cockpit. It killed all 13 on board and 4 on the ground. The plane was co-piloted by a young Lieutenant John Jack Russell from Baldwin, Long Island. Wendy Rust, on a Zoom call, says her father was Russell's best friend.
He was a charismatic fellow. My dad said everybody at the office, my grandfather's office, he had a bond firm on Broadway, liked Jack. And I can see why. I feel like he's part of the family now through my dad's stories.
Russell loved flying and wanted to join the fight against the Nazis so badly that at the age of 23, he went to Canada and joined the military before the U.S. entered the war and learned to fly.
He had already been in the Canadian Air Force. He had joined up before Pearl Harbor, went into the RAF, was transferred over, and then ended up in the 8th Air Force. So that was, for me, it was just an amazing story. The man had done so much in such a short time.
It's been nearly 80 years since the crash, and both Andrews, Rust, and aviation enthusiast Clive Stevens are spearheading an effort to build a memorial in Broome to honor Russell and his crew and the civilians killed on the ground.
It's unbelievable what they went through. And the fact that Jack, after 25 missions, he was eligible to go back home, but he chose to stay, and he chose to continue on.
And continue on he did, flying 39 missions and winning the British Distinguished Flying Cross before the tragic crash. A wreath-laying ceremony is being held Memorial Day Monday in Broome, England, where Russell is buried.
You can't help having empathy for them. Basically, you realise that these young crewmen were thrown into a situation at that time, and they paid the ultimate price for it.
A GoFundMe page has been set up to help pay for the crash monument honoring Russell and his crew. Drew Scott for Newsday TV.
Incredible story. For more about Lieutenant John Russell, go to newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. Developing now, the search continues today for the driver who injured 2 police officers during a wild encounter in Nassau. It happened here yesterday afternoon in Lakeview. We're told Malvern police fired multiple shots when they tried to arrest the driver that fled officers earlier in the day. Police say the driver intentionally hit a police car, striking an officer, then crashed into a second police car and drove toward another officer. The officers are okay. The car involved was found in New Jersey, but no word on the suspect. We're waiting to learn more about a body pulled from the waters of Oyster Bay. Police say the man, who they have not identified, was found dead in the water yesterday afternoon in Compton State Park. The body is at the county medical examiner's office for evaluation and identification. Felony DUI charges today for this Mineola woman. Police say Marisol Perez was driving drunk last night when she crashed with a 5-year-old girl in her car. We're told she hit scaffolding in another occupied parked car on Wellington Road. No one was hurt. Nassau County's legislature has signed off on a 99-year lease of the Coliseum to the Las Vegas Sands Corporation. So what has to happen before a casino can become a reality? Only in Newsday, the information you need to know about the deal and where it stands. First off, the local financial benefit. Sands has to give the county $54 million in a lump sums payment. The surrounding communities of Uniondale, East Meadow, and Hempstead are getting another $25 million. But that's not the end of it for the county.
That's just a no strings attached lump sum payment that Sands pays Nassau County to take control of the Coliseum site. There are lots of additional payments, but that is the very first initial payment that they would be getting.
Even though the county has approved the plan, the project needs approval from the town of Hempstead. Traditionally, there has to be an environmental review as well as a traffic impact study.
A lot of these things the Sands company has already started doing in anticipation of applying for these various zoning changes and easements that they're going to need to get from the town of Hempstead.
And it's not a done deal that Sands is getting a license for the casino. It's still facing competition from proposals including one at Citi Field, Times Square, and Coney Island. For more on the future of the casino plan, click on the Get More banner below the Newsday TV video box. Coming up, the high school flag football teams moving on to the Long Island Championship. Plus,
there are so many new stores here in Southampton, so let's go shopping and check them out.
Let's do it. From vintage to Hamptons chic to fancy footwear, Elisa has a guide to what's new. But first, your hyper-local weather. Here's a look at Main Beach in East Hampton. You can see beachgoers enjoying the rays. It is sunny today. Highs around 74 degrees. Tonight, we're going to drop to the 50s. A perfect Memorial Day forecast. Tomorrow, nice and sunny. Highs in the 60s. A look at your 7-day forecast coming up.
Watch Newsday TV on the big screen. Use the remote to activate Siri, Alexa, Roku, or the Google Assistant on your streaming device. Say, install Newsday. Newsday TV, covering Long Island like no one else can. High School Sports is sponsored by PC Richard & Son.
Today we're celebrating the flag football champions of Nassau and Suffolk. Next up, the Long Island Championship. Carissa Kelman has the story you'll see only in Newsday.
Plainview Old Bethpage is the Nassau flag football champion after defeating MacArthur 7-6 in the finals. But it didn't start off easy for the Hawks. It was twice in the first half POB was oh so close to a touchdown, but MacArthur's Sarah Keeley picked it off first in the end zone. And again, with 49 seconds left, Ava Anjuli shuts it down on the 5-yard line on 4th and goal. How about one more General's pick? This one from Haley Metzger's hands to quarterback Lexi Thompson, who ran 31 yards for the game's first score. But it's not over yet. Here comes Rachel Gans wide open for the Hawks' own interception, which set up 1st and goal. Quarterback Jennifer Canaruto connects with Laura Glasser, and the score is tied. Canaruto fires one off to Gans, and the extra point is good. And this sack from Gabby Weinstein with 1 minute left sealed the win for Plainview Old Bethpage, and the Hawks remain undefeated.
We knew that we had to win this game no matter what it took, and we weren't going to play with any nerves. We were just going to have fun, and it showed.
To win the Long Island Championship, they'll have to defeat Suffolk champion Half Hollow Hills, who defeated Patchogue Medford 31-14. It was Janiyah McCreary who did it all for Hills, scoring 4 touchdowns. Her first came on a clean reverse before taking off around left end. And here McCreary takes the handoff, sweeps left, and dives in for another touchdown. In the second half, Pat Med quarterback Alexis Bolson-Quozo hooks up with Diamond Partiller, who finds this route for the Raiders' own score. Bolson-Quozo also added a 51-yard interception for the Raiders. But McCreary wasn't done. She then made 2 incredible interceptions. Quarterback Samantha Heyman adds a score on the ground, and Hills clinches the Suffolk crown.
We all want it so bad. We all wanted this equally, and we all just played for each other out there.
Energy never leaves on defense. I say defense is our #1 threat for any team out there.
The two teams will face off in the Long Island Championship Saturday, June 3rd at noon at Sachem East. I'm Carissa Kelman for Newsday TV.
May the best team win. Good luck, ladies. For more on the flag champions, go to Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. Summer means shopping for many, of course, and there are pop-ups and new shops to check out in the Hamptons. Elisa DiStefano has a story you'll see only in Newsday.
There are so many new stores here in Southampton, so let's go shopping and check them out. This is my kind of assignment. There's big buzz about Bash. The global Parisian brand has a brand new boutique. In this new location, Bash brings a new concept and a selection of statement pieces. From summer whites to brightly colored beach vibes. There are plenty of prints and picks at different price points. Just doing my research. Next stop, Morphew. Feels like I'm walking into a whimsical world of vintage. I don't know where to look first. This is certainly something different.
Vintage is our DNA. A lot of pieces are one of a kind, just like this one right here, which is made from antique vintage textiles. This beautiful Chanel piece right here that we found in Paris. So we also have our candle collection right here, which is all from mid-century modern glassware.
It smells so good in here. So you really have to take time and look through everything because you don't know what you'll find.
Yeah, this store is a real experience. You're not just gonna come in here and go shopping. It's almost like you're treasure hunting.
I am certainly finding a lot of treasures. The hunt continues. Now for the ultimate summer shoe. These are no ordinary espadrilles. It's so bright and beautiful. I feel like I am in a gallery, and these are certainly pieces of art.
Works of art for your feet.
At Respoke, Chris Bartik and Michael Tonello repurpose designer scarves and build them into high-quality, fashionable footwear.
They're all one of a kind.
So no one will have the same shoes as you?
No one will have the same shoes as you.
Look at these. They are so beautiful.
This particular pair, we call them the mashup because you have an Hermes scarf on the front and you have a Gucci on the back.
I told you, research. I have to do my research.
There are different styles for men, women, and children. Lucky for me, I am the sample size.
I love them. Happy feet. And there are so many more stores opening up. It is the summer of shopping here in Southampton, and I am here for it. For Newsday TV, Elisa DiStefano.
Lisa understood the assignment, and today is the perfect day to shop. Why not? For more on the new shops and pop-ups, go to Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box.
Get more of the stories you've seen on Newsday TV at Newsday.com. Plus breaking news, investigations, things to do, restaurants, and other Long Island news you can't get anywhere else. At Newsday.com, covering Long Island like no one else can.
I'm Jasmine Anderson, remembering our fallen heroes on this Memorial Day. Thank you for watching. We'll leave you with a look at your hyperlocal 7-day forecast.